Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and well, whoever was in that airship, I'm guessing at least Sid, they're pretty much screwed, because the Dreadnought is hot on their tail, and, well, they're probably captured by now. It's been like a week and a half since I've recorded that last video, so I really don't remember all too well. But and it's been even longer since I've recorded this video. It's been like a month and a half or something since I recorded the video for this. So now we're gonna head over to a place. Where do we want to go? We want to go back to Bofsk. Still the worst name ever because of all those consonants and stuff, but, you know, whatever. But let me tell you guys, it has been a very crazy week. I basically needed to write a majority of a 3,000 to 4,000 word essay. So that's basically what I spent my week doing. Which is why there weren't too many videos as well as the usual homework stuff. But I finally finished that essay, or at least the rough draft for it, which is all that you needed to do for now. So we're good on that now, and hopefully I can get back to this, because I have been wanting to get back to this for the last couple days. And it was just like, oh shoot, I meant to record a video, but I completely forgot because I was completely busy doing other things. But yeah, there you go. But Bofsk is now completely free of the enemy, basically. Everybody's okay now. Now that they finished their Dreadnought, they have no reason to be in Bofsk. They just have their Dreadnought, which, let me tell you, it is a gigantic piece of work. But we still have Gordon with us, so I think the next step is to, well, head back and tell them, hey, we got the Sunfire, now what? Because if you remember, we did go and get the Sunfire in the last video from the Kashuan Keep, and we did in fact get that, which is very nice. So we are now back in Altair. This place is completely destroyed. I forget if it was destroyed the last time that we were here, but it is destroyed now. So, and she is nowhere to be found. Now Furion can be the king! Haha! Except not really, we have to go find her. Is she in this room? No, but Minwoo's in this room. Oh great, she was on Sid's airship. Well, great. We're gonna have to go save her then. So it will have to set down somewhere eventually. The question is where? Well, we don't really know where it could set out. But this guy, the only old guy in the entire town, will know. So you can talk to him to get an idea of where it's going to end up. It is going to be to the north, at a supply base. So now we get to travel way, way north. And let me tell you, I was going so far north during this thing that I thought I had accidentally skipped it, like I just missed it off the corner of my screen or something. But no, it's just way up there. And it doesn't help that the fact that you wrap around the world map. If you check your world map, you'll end up at like the top left corner at first, but then you'll end up back at the bottom right because, you know, the Earth is a sphere and whatnot, and it does things like that. But on the way, at the very least, we can face off against a new enemy, the Forest Rakos, which I think is actually a kind of a strong enemy. Yeah, 62 damage is pretty high at this point in the game. It would take us down in like 10 or so hits. And it has quite the defensive power as well. Also, Gordon does not enjoy getting hit whatsoever. Yeah, 5 damage. And 46 damage and 0. For whatever reason, Guy, at this stage of the game, he is gonna be doing really low damage. I don't know what's up with that. Like if I messed up with his stats or whatnot, but for a while he's just gonna do low damage and it's gonna be really disappointing. Which is kinda sad considering he was doing the highest amount of damage before, and well, yeah, that's just about it. For whatever reason, we also keep on missing with the Ancient Sword. I was thinking that maybe it has a really low accuracy, but we were hitting stuff before with it just fine, is the thing. But just go ahead, hit him with physical attacks and some kind of magic, because Maria won't be able to do anything else against him anyways. See, that's a whopping 0. Okay, well there we go, that's a good enough amount of damage, but for whatever reason his other hand is doing less. And I know that they have the thing where the non-dominant hand does less damage, But that's kind of really insane. Like, that is a super low amount. Not nearly as much as what I was expecting. Oh, yawning. Oh, excuse me. It's been, like I said, a very long couple of days. I've really kept myself busy. So yeah, you can see we're gonna wrap around, and we're actually heading towards that yellow dot that marks our destination. Luckily, they mark it for us. But seriously, we go on for so long, and we start fighting tougher enemies going down this thing. I was thinking, did I miss it? Am I going too far? Especially considering in the very first part, I went too far north, and ended up dying horribly because of it. I was afraid that that was going to happen again if I kept on going north. As you can see, we are nearing the wraparound now. I'm just constantly checking the map, even though it's a straight path forward. But you know, you can never be too sure. I was really wondering, where the heck is that battleship? What am I trying to do here? What am I even looking for? I had no idea. Yeah, see, now we're at the top right, and I go and check that again, like, what the heck? What am I doing at the top left? Yeah, top right of the screen. Alright then, sure, why not? And now I'm pretty sure we're on the bottom left of the map as well. Yeah, we are, because here's the dreadnought right here. So, quick up save. This area is really, really tough. Now here, you're going to want to make sure that you have the pass, because if you don't show them the pass, or especially if you tell him the password, Red Rose or Wild Rose or whatever it's called, he will attack you and he will kill you. It's the same exact enemy, back in, what was the town? Hoft? The town where we saw Scott, for the first and last time. Those same enemies, they're still super powerful and will kill you, super hard. Basically. Anyways, here we have were-panthers. I believe they can possibly poison you. Most were enemies can. They do count as a were enemy, as their name suggests, so Gordon's were buster will do a ton of damage to them, as you saw, about 300 damage, which is really, really nice. Otherwise, they do quite a bit of damage, which is one thing that you're gonna need to watch out for. A lot of the enemies here do a ton of damage, or they could just be annoying and paralyze you. You know, whatever. But a fire level 5 will just wipe these guys out because they are undead. So fire and werebusters are going to be your friends in this place. Okay, well, we have a caged up treasure chest that we can't get through the gate for. So is there a secret wall somewhere around here? Currently thinking, heading over, and around. Ah, we're stuck in the wall now, and we got poisoned 3 times. That's great. Potion up. Make sure you have 99 potions and maybe 99 high potions if you can afford it. That will really help save up NP so you don't have to constantly use Cure all the time. But from there, we get the Sleep Blade, which is a super helpful weapon there, which we will use, of course. But first we have a monster in a box to take care of. This has a magician, or 2 magicians, 2 soldiers, and a sergeant, and I think the sergeant is a new enemy here. The magicians really aren't all too much trouble at all. They're only going to be doing about 20 damage per character, so that's not bad at all. The soldiers are super old enemies, so don't even worry about them at all. They're going to be doing, like, nothing to you. I mean, look, they did 10 damage, that's like chump change now. Otherwise, just spam spells to eventually get rid of some of the weaker enemies and focus your physical attacks onto the sergeant so you can slowly whittle him down. He has a really high defense, so it's going to take a little bit. So you want to make sure you get rid of the easier creatures first to try to take down some of the damage that you'll be taking per turn. Oh boy, he also does quite a bit of damage. Not a whole lot, but a pretty good amount for a regular old enemy. My god, this guy is good too. We're only landing 1 to 2 hits on him per attack. I mean, you saw Furion there, he only got 1 hit and then 2. Now we are pretty much in the clear. Just spam attack, somebody will hit him. Unless literally everybody is put to sleep, which I highly doubt. Great, I just had to open my mouth. Great. I was thinking like, oh god, I don't remember, but if they actually do all get put to sleep, that would have been hilarious. Okay, surely we won't be put to sleep all over again. Okay, well, Furion's still there, but he's blind, so he'll be able to do some damage, but it was still enough, even though he was blinded. So that's good enough, I guess. I will take that. So let's go ahead and put on that Sleep Blade, and it will basically... It has a chance of putting enemies to sleep when it connects, which is good. We're also going to put on that Ancient Sword, because it's stronger overall and could do the Curse status, which would be helpful. That lowers damage that the enemy does. So yeah. Now, Potion Spam to heal up. Guy's taking forever for those. He's starting to get a pretty good amount of HP, especially compared to the rest of the guys. Okay, so that's one thing down. We have these 3 rooms, but all of them... all of them just lead to the encounter rooms, where they give you, like, just an encounter every single step, pretty much. We're already using an ether. Luckily, I was able to buy 40 of them because I have so much money. So you definitely want to stock up on at least 10 or 20 of them. That would be really helpful, because Maria's going to be using a ton of fire in this place in order to kill off a bunch of the enemies. Here we get the Dark Bow, which is finally an upgrade for Maria. That can cause the blind status, although Maria isn't going to be attacking too often. It is nice to have that option and just have a more powerful option as well. We got Thief Gloves, which raise agility and defense, so we're going to give those to Furion because he's the main character. And then Gordon will get the old Mithril Gloves because they're an upgrade for him as well. So we finally found the queen that you actually... or the princess, sorry. The princess that you have to go and get her from here, and Sid as well, so they're gonna go and prepare to leave, basically. How they're gonna get past all of those Dark Knights, I have no idea, but they're just going to do it. So, you know, whatever. Okay, next up here, we're back on floor 1 again. There's one other entrance that we can go through. I forget what else might be here. I thought there was more stuff down one of the ways, but you know, whatever. But finally over here, after some healing maybe, or ether usage, cause again, firing everything. Here we are at Dreadnought 3F, so that's progress if I ever heard it. You can see some soldiers walking down in the darkness there, which is pretty nice. It gives you sort of a feeling of depth in this dungeon, which is honestly one of the cooler things of Link to the Past when it came out. How there could be like multiple levels as opposed to the original games having just the one, especially the first one, you know? Although then again, I played Link to the Past many years after it came out and I still haven't beaten it. I've never made it to the Tower of Hera, let alone beating it. I've tried a couple times, but I don't know why. I've just never had the drive to complete it. But you know, whatever. Alright, right around here, again, all these soldier guys think that we're one of them because we have the pass. And here we have the stunners. They're like the were-rats, but instead of causing venom, they cause paralysis when they strike, hence the name Stunners. However, they still count as were-type enemies, so they're going to be taking a ton from that were-buster, which is really helpful. We already ran out of MP, that's great. As long as Gordon doesn't get paralyzed, we will have this done in 3 turns. Now, if everybody could stop being paralyzed as well, we could have this done sooner, but you know, whatever. Okay, so Thunder is the way to go with these guys, just by the way, which is kinda odd. You'd think that an enemy that stunned people with, like, electricity or whatever, because electricity normally stuns, you'd think that they'd be resistant to that, but apparently not. Okay, we're gonna use a couple ethers on her so that she'll have MP for this upcoming bit. Ugh. Oh man, why am I yawning so much? This is kind of bad. I wasn't feeling tired earlier, and then all of a sudden I start the recording and we're just like Yawn City here. But we have the main Gosh and the Trident, which I think I'm gonna give the Trident to Gordon, considering he has a pretty high spear stat. And he also has a pretty high mace stat as well, since I gave that to him. And we also have all the were enemies around, like were rats and stunners. So he'll do a ton of damage to them, so it's helpful to have the were buster on somebody for this dungeon. Alright, so now we have an enemy encounter with a magician, a soldier, which are no problem whatsoever. But right there in the back, the Hill Gygus. He takes the spot of two different enemies, so you know he's a big deal. So, real quick, we're gonna get rid of the Magician and Soldier before the Magician goes and blinds us and puts us to sleep, because that would be really bad. And the Soldier is just annoying and getting in the way, honestly. But this Hill Gygus does 250 to 400 damage per attack. Enough to one-shot Maria, and possibly one-shot Gordon, and do a ton to everybody else. I mean, Guy, our tank, took 500 damage. This is going to be a really difficult battle, especially considering Guy is doing absolutely no damage. Even though he has the highest attack stat, or at least I thought so. He was doing the most damage before, but now he's just lying dead on the floor, which is just great. However, Blizzard does seem to be doing a pretty sizable chunk to him. Gordon not being able to do a whole lot either. So I think he's gonna go for the Phoenix Downs and whatnot to try to keep the party alive. Even if the Hill Gygus attacks, let's say, Guy immediately after reviving him, that's still one more turn that he doesn't attack Maria, and we get to do 160 or so damage. So we basically want to revive these guys so that they can be meat shields to take the damage for Maria, is basically the plan right now. Because let me tell you, this guy is super powerful for us right now. Like, he is hitting us like a truck. However, I do believe, yeah, see, Guy took the hit, but he took it for Maria, which is all good. And now Gordon might be able to take another hit just fine on his own. A whopping 200 damage, and there we go. These two survived at the very least. We get some items, but we did also get the Giant's Helm, I believe it was, which, after healing, we'll equip that on somebody. And that's a pretty good piece of equipment, if that is what we actually got from him. Or that treasure chest, I forget. Apparently we're not going to... Okay, that was the Giant's Helm, so I have no idea what we got from the other one. But go ahead and give the Giant's Helm, that'll raise attack and defense, which is very nice. And then we got, oh, the Ice Shield is what we got there. Well, that's kind of really useless, considering I'm not really using shields at all. And we just got into a battle and Guy got poisoned, so we're going to go ahead and heal that up just fine, because all the soldiers were flashing green as weird. That was pretty weird. But anyways, I'll see you all next time where we'll finish this place. Goodbye.